How may I help you, gentlemen?
I am Sherlock Holmes. Might I have a word with Lord Lawton, please?
Might I say, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Holmes, and Dr. Watson, I presume. I'll see if his lordship is at home.
Is there any expression more infuriating and idiotic than that one?
What are you rattling about, Holmes?
At home, that's what. Ridiculous locution. He either tells us that Lawton's at home, which we already know, or claims that Lawton is not at home, which is demonstrably false. The whole business makes a liar of him, and fools of us.
Calm yourself. It's merely a social convention.
Well, it's daft, and more inconvenient than most of those ridiculous relics. If the man won't see us in, what's wrong with plain English? The house has rather gone to seed.
Is it unseemly to wonder at the causes of its decline?
On the contrary, it would be unnatural not to. The details could be quite delicious. The decline appears to have been precipitous.
There may have been tragedy or financial misadventure. It would be indecent to speculate.
Rubbish. Few human activities are so banal as to be undeserving of healthy curiosity. Reversal of fortune is by definition interesting. Would you describe me as a tactful person, Watson?
That is not the first adjective that springs to mind, though you might learn tact. Dame Experience is the best teacher, though we often suffer by her tutelage. Do you require constant supervision, Mr. Holmes?
Sorry, just curious.
Lord Lawton regrets that he is not at home. You may leave your card if you wish.
Why have some of the furnishings been allowed to deteriorate?
Want of money, of course. The present Lord's personal habits have impoverished us and ruined our reputation.
I'm sorry, Jenkins. It must be a sore trial for you. You've been having a good run at the table?
Decent. I'm playing defensively. Left his lordship without much to shoot at. He'd never win a game if I knew the diamond system.
Please inform Lord Lawton that this is not a social call. We have critical business to discuss with him.
Very well, Mr. Holmes. That may make a difference to him.
You've remarked, I imagine, that Jenkins is devoted to billiards.
Indeed. The quantity of chalk dust on his waistcoat bespeaks a pathological compulsion more than a relaxing diversion.
I wonder if I might somehow use his devotion to the game.
No, my lord, I will not. Do you require constant supervision, Mr. Holmes?
Sorry, just curious.
Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, my lord.
My position requires further reflection. Billiards is fascinating, don't you think? At my brother's request, I am looking into the disappearance of the formula from the ministry.
And as a courtesy to your brother, I interrupt my leisure to receive you, but you abuse civility. The committee eventually judged that so-called disappearance to be unworthy of our attention, evidently not dissuaded by our good sense. You come here to waste my time.
I could understand it after investigation and due deliberation you had concluded that nothing untoward had occurred. But such was not the case. Why was the inquiry so precipitously and inconclusively terminated?
I won't be cross-questioned by you, Mr. Holmes, on this or any other subject.
Are you aware that Mycroft has been injured in an explosion?
I'm sorry, but that's hardly my affair.
I think an attempt was made on his life. The blast was related to the disappearance of the formula.
It's the nature of your business to think so, isn't it? Conspiracy theories are mother's milk to the consulting detective.
Are you purposely offensive or merely obdurate?
It is not my intention to be either. But if I am, it does not concern me. You have no position, no standing, and no authority.
Do you recall that gouty old fellow from Hampshire, Watson? Kept gerbils?
I do, Holmes. His affliction was so advanced, we swore he could chalk his billiard cue with his knuckles.
Very economical, I suppose. We know Lawton doesn't want to talk. We don't know why.
An accurate, though not particularly helpful observation.
Has the subject closed his mouth? He may be more forthcoming on less volatile topics.
Besides which fork to use with the fish course?
A touch, Watson. A distinct touch, for all his information may be worth. The fact that you are Mycroft's brother and that he wished to speak with you appears unarguable. It is likewise immaterial, inconsequential, and no concern of mine. Suggestions, Watson?
Perhaps Professor Dewar deserves more of our attention. He at least is likely to receive us.
You may be right, but Mermansea is a very large area, and as I mentioned, Mycroft presumably did what could be done for him.
It may be well to ask, given his own experience, how well he did it.
Matron, we are going to the new ward.
Fine, Mr. Holmes. Disregard hospital policy. Ignore my authority. Have your savage and lawless ways with us.
If that's your idea of being accommodating, your manner could stand improvement. Sister, what has become of the gentleman in white?
The poor dear is singing in the choir invisible, Mr. Holmes. Popped off without a word, he did.
Mycroft, what about Professor Dewar?
Why did Cain kill his brother?
Yes, I know he's Professor Abel's colleague. I meant, where is Dewar now? Is he in danger?
No, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full, sir. Where was the boy? The man who made it did not want it. The man who bought it did not use it. The man who used it did not know it. What's it? The 9th prime.
Enough of riddles, Mycroft. Speak plainly.
So very difficult to find really decent fish and chips. Buffalo chips are used for fuel in the American West, west of Chelsea, all mothers.
I apologize, brother. I was frustrated. I've got the pieces now. He has a remarkable mind, Watson. I know where Dewar is.
Well, if you tell me, we'll both know.
In the child's rhyme, the boy lived in the lane. The answer to the riddle is certainly a coffin. And the 9th prime is 19. Dewar's at 19 Coffin Lane. That's over the river at Bermondsey. We can go if you're ready. Do you recognize this document, Professor? It was in the stove.
No. Deuced strange storage place, but it's safer than most. I never light a fire. Mycroft must have put it there. Put it back, won't you? That won't do, Mr. Holmes. Put it back, please. It'll save me a lot of work.
Do you recognize that penetrating mix of pungent odors, Watson?
Rotten eggs, manure, and household cleaner, I should think. Disgusting.
Descriptively apt, but highly unscientific, Doctor. Ammonium sulfate and certain nitrates are nearer the mark.
Perhaps, but my advice is take shallow breaths or you'll pass out.
Professor Dewar, I am Sherlock Holmes. Mycroft is my brother.
I perceive a resemblance. What do you want?
Dr. Watson and I hope that you might help us with an inquiry.
I've heard of you, sir. We can talk while I work. I'm in the middle of something rather delicate, so you might choose your spot carefully.
Mycroft has been injured in an explosion, Professor.
Nothing to do with my work, is it?
His club blew up. The police claim it was an accident, but we believe a bomb was purposefully set, that Mycroft was the target, and that the act was related to the theft of your formula.
Your hypothesis is based on sound data?
It is. And had he been as concerned for his own safety as he was for yours, we might not be speaking. Professor, what is the subject of your formula?
While Abel and I were working with the ballistite, that's Nobel's latest, we refined an extraordinarily powerful explosive. It's more versatile and less volatile than nitroglycerine. The strategic implications were obvious.
So you registered the components in compliance with the Foreign Office's Byzantine requirements?
I've made some further modifications that will affect bomb design and detonation velocity, but by and large the formula stands as written.
Could you replicate the formula from memory?
Though with great difficulty, perhaps. The formula describes a complex and unique mixture of chemical compounds.
Presumably, the acquisition and manufacture of such materials would exceed the means and expertise of all but a handful of state agencies.
I take your point. No one could build a bomb in the basement with it. Mycroft wasn't felled by my work.
Do you have a copy of the formula?
Oh, Mycroft said something about keeping a copy, but I'm afraid I couldn't lay my hands on it at the moment.
Is that a copy of your formula, Professor? It appears to have your mark on it.
If it does, it's mine.
Can the cause of an explosion be easily determined from its consequences?
Rarely, but with application and the proper research tools, one can often discover the cause from the type of fire, the nature of the physical damage, and the organic consequences.
Dr. Watson discovered some fulminate of mercury, but we exhausted the supply in our experiments.
If the explosion was initiated by a bomb, there is likely to be more evidence of the fact, a timing or detonation device, chemical burns, or some such.
Have you recently received any unwanted visitors?
None but yourselves. I'm accustomed to working without interruption.
Does your family know where you are?
I'm a bachelor, Mr. Holmes. My whereabouts are my own affair.
How do you come to be here?
Your brother insisted, said the new formula had gone missing and that he wanted me out of the way until it was recovered. Most pleased to find this place decently equipped with a research apparatus.
Where is Professor Abel?
He's lecturing in America, preaching to the converted or laying pearls before swine, depending on your prejudices. His family's with him.
No offence, Professor, but I've rarely whiffed such a rank odour.
No offence taken. One man's perfume is another's offer. The smells do have their uses. I believe the neighbours think I'm experimenting with new mixtures of fertiliser.
Contrary to the old saw, ignorance is never bliss, but it may serve a purpose. Professor, could you analyse this spring? I have reason to believe that...
Enough, Mr. Holmes. I see what it is. You suspect it has material importance to the detonation of your bomb. Don't bias the inquiry further. I must form my own conclusions.
Excellent. Very sound practice.
How can I reach you?
Send a note to 221B Baker Street when you have the results. I apologize, Professor. Please forgive my carelessness.
No matter. Nothing there of great importance.
Have you had your tea today?
Aye, numerous cups. Heat them on the Bunsen, you see. Very handy. Care for a biscuit?
No, thank you. I have no appetite. Suggestions, Doctor?
I'm afraid I have none, Holmes. My brain may be frozen. I doubt Sir John Franklin was ever colder than I am. In any case, the objectives of this investigation are becoming more obscure as we proceed.
What's happened here? Where is my brother, sister?
Doctor says he requires complete quiet. Matron has moved him to a private room. I had to report her intrusion, you see. She was displeased. He'll receive no more visitors here, Mr. Holmes. Matron has decreed it.
I won't be distracted by that Gorgon's machinations.
Let us press on, Holmes. I doubt Mycroft could tell us more at present.
His written account is intentionally brief. We could use his guidance and prodigious memory.
Let us not regret what we cannot have. Your mind is equal to our task.
My thanks for your confidence, Watson. I hope it is not misplaced. Your kindness to Wiggins does you credit, Jonas.
It's little enough. He's led a hard life. He'd say us too close to the wind from time to time, but he's a good boy for all that.
The mean streets waste 100 like Wiggins every day, Mr. Rigby. You've given him a chance to grow up.
May I live to see it.
Any dubious goings-on in the vicinity, Mr. Rigby?
Business has been brisk, Mr. Holmes. The reports of your brother's accident have been devoured by the public, ravenous for morsels of misfortune.
Fools cannot be educated or converted, Jonas. They may only be exposed. Come in, Mrs. Hudson. It's from the yard, Watson. Listen. A body pulled from the Thames at the Needle is not the usual type. Conventional identification impossible. Ticket stubs from the Whitehall line suggest a civil servant. As you aren't currently engaged, you might find it diverting. I would welcome your assistance. Respectfully, G. Lestrade.
Very civil of him. He wants your help.
Well, we won't throw it away. Keep it for a rainy day, but I have other fish to fry. It's time we made a move, Watson.
Carry on, Holmes. I'll follow your lead.
Ismail Pasha's gift looks hauntingly mysterious in this light.
And you can't see the damage wreaked by coal dust and the climate. A decade in England has mutilated the obelisk more than 3 millennia in Egypt. It's sickening.
You can read, can't you, Roach? Lestrade has requested my assistance.
No need to be snide, Mr. Holmes.
I'm just following orders.
Following orders, the last refuge of the immoral and the inept.
What's that?
Constable, it's Sherlock Holmes. I'd like to survey the scene.
There's a murder inquiry hereabouts. You know Inspector Lestrade don't tolerate intruders at our investigations.
Your predilections notwithstanding, I will examine the scene, Constable.
I don't like interference, Mr. Holmes. I'll be keeping an eye on you. Might try to make me look bad.
That wouldn't be difficult, but I have better things to do. I'm sure Lestrade would be stupefied if you've discovered anything of interest.
I've applied my eagle eye to the area. There's nothing here.
Better light might reveal more, and the skills of the investigator are not unimportant.
Precisely why I'm on the case. Best men for the job. I know a crime when I see it.
Very sly. But I doubt your vigilance will be rewarded.
Who's to say? I'll be pushing off soon for my tea.
What can you tell me about the crime, Constable?
Why Lestrade needs you is beyond me. Seems like you're always begging information from us.
As you haven't solved the case, perhaps you might humour the inspector and simply answer the question?
The victim was shot at close range by an unknown assailant. Probably happened nearby and recently. The body ended up in the river. A wherryman fished it out. That's it.
What do you know about the wherryman?
Nothing. Don't know where he hangs his hat, or if he wears one. Inspector Lestrade talked to him. He's got the particulars at the yard. Permission or no, Mr. Holmes. You've got no use for that hook. Don't mess with it. It weren't used to retrieve the body.
But Dolt called me an intruder. Can you credit it?
He's either ignorant or intentionally insulting.
A little of both. The moronic and the abusive are evenly matched in his character. Let's be off, Watson. I didn't really want to be here anyway.
We came here for good reasons, Holmes. Official rudeness or incompetence does not diminish their validity.
Our Constable Roach is a congenital idiot, Watson.
A man with his limitations should find another line of work.
I guarantee what he has found barren will bear fruit for us, but not now. Do you recall the great Goethe's dying words, Watson?
Regrettably, my German is non-existent, Holmes.
Mehr Licht, he said. More light. We have a similar need.
Less official surveillance might serve a similar purpose.
In this light, I can't do much better than the cretinous constable.
You could do better on hearsay. But I'm sorry I didn't bring the bullseye.
Never mind, I've got mine. But I don't plan on doing his job for him. Another time will suit us better. The yard seems quite deserted. What's the reason?
Lawful folk are at home, and the criminal classes see I'm on duty. I'm always on duty. Haven't had a tea break in donkey's years.
Oggy, heard anything that might interest me?
Nothing, Mr. Holmes. You know I'd try to flog it if I did.
What do you know about the corpse just pulled from the Thames?
Oh, about half a crown's worth.
At that depressed price, I'll assume against all odds that your information is worth even less than usual.
Well, here's a free sample. The yard thinks it's a strong-arm robbery gone wrong. Victim's watch and wallet are missing. The inquest is scheduled Thursday next.
As I suspected, such information is nearly worthless. Which is more bother, Lestrade being in or being out?
It's a fair question. Seems I'm the only one round here working all hours. Go in if you like.
Sergeant, what's in the evidence chest at the moment?
What in particular were you wanting to find?
Anything unexpected?
Your methods are strange and wonderful, Mr. Holmes, and just between you and me, there's nothing in there but my dinner and a flask of coffee. Is that unexpected?
Not really, thank you. I need details of the corpse you hauled from the Thames, Lestrade.
Middle-aged, on the thin side of average, shot in the head, cavernous hole, dead before he hit the water.
The crime was witnessed?
No. The riverman may have heard the shots. He found the body by the needle. He'll collect half a crown for the corpse. Claims to know nothing about how it got there.
You believe him?
These river chaps are a dodgy lot. He'll volunteer anything that turns a profit and nothing that won't. But I don't think he did the murder.
Where can I find this worthy?
The body's at Bart's. Not a pretty sight. His face is gone. Can't even tell what colour his eyes were. The rest of him's all right. Hadn't been in the water long.
I was referring to the riverman.
Ah, Needham's his name. Lives off the Aldgate High Street, 6 Half Moon Passage. If you're planning a visit, take a pistol. I always carry a firearm east of Bishopsgate.
Still adrift in a sea of paperwork, Lestrade.
I'm drowning, Mr. Holmes. Going down for the 3rd time.
Any more information about the corpse from the embankment?
Nothing you don't know about. It looks like a random robbery and murder. Much obliged to you for looking into it.
You understand we need to be more circumspect than usual, Watson.
You've always kept your own counsel while sharing an investigation.
True, but I've generally told Lestrade what I thought he needed to know about a given inquiry. Presently I'm not certain what that might be. It's obvious Mycroft did not want official involvement in this matter.
Then keep a close watch on your emotions, and I'll keep my tongue between my teeth.
Is there anything here to detain us further, Watson?
I don't think so, Holmes, but you often extract valuable nuggets from what I have deemed a tapped-out vein.
Doctor, did your examination reveal anything else of interest?
Well, his lungs were in deplorable shape. Tobacco, I should think. Alcohol had begun to ravage his liver and kidneys. I would characterize his general condition as dilapidated.
I'd like to examine Sir Hubert's body again.
He's in number 2, Mr. Holmes, keeping cool.
We must stop meeting like this, Dr. McCabe.
I'd prefer a chin wag at my local over a pint and game of darts, but I doubt that's quite in your line.
You might be surprised. Inspector Lestrade has asked me to help identify the body that was pulled from the Thames. Is he on the slab?
I wish Lestrade had informed me of his intention. You know my practice in these matters.
Lestrade's missive suggests a problem of identification. Is it real or apparent?
Very real. Extremely difficult case from his point of view.
What can you tell me about this victim's cause of death?
The formal cause was a massive cerebral hemorrhage. The efficient cause were bullets of a large caliber fired from point-blank range.
Drowning and suicide can be dismissed then. I've been experimenting with ballistics. You have the bullets?
Useless fragments. I disposed of them. The large pieces must have passed through the cavernous exit wound.
One bullet would certainly have done the job, Doctor. Thoughts?
The killer was a vicious psychopath.
Likely, but incomplete, I think.
If you say so. My interests are with the victim. Yours reside in the murderer. I prefer my work.
Might I examine the body?
I know your methods, Mr. Holmes. Observation is your watchword.
Its corollary is that without knowledge, observation and deductions are worth nothing. Currently, I have very little knowledge. I hope to amend the deficiency. Could I see the victim's effects?
You know where I keep them, and it's only the clothes. He came in without shoes, and his pockets were empty.
Indeed. Most peculiar. Most interesting. Anything of significance, Watson?
Lestrade must have been desperate to call. How are even you to identify the unidentifiable?
My vanity believes he considers me to be the highest court of appeal in detection, but more likely I am his last resort. Observations, Doctor.
Undernourished, reasonably well-formed, white male,
age between 30 and 40. No obvious physical abnormalities. Nicely shaped hands, showing no recent history of manual labour.
A description that might fit 200,000 men in Greater London.
You would add?
He was right-handed, an occasional painter, oils I think, suffered from dandruff and smoked heavily.
I see the ink on his index finger and paint under his nails. The dandruff is obvious, but I see no nicotine stains on his fingers.
Nor do I. Note the discoloration around what remains of his upper lip. That is not a powder burn. I assume he used a holder, or perhaps he smoked a pipe. Why do you think the killer used 2 bullets, Watson?
An accident or fluke. There may be no cogent reason whatsoever.
Nonsense. It was intentional. He wished to complicate identification of the victim, but the killer also told us about himself. He wanted to punish as he killed. Why, I wonder?
That's grotesque, Holmes. Perhaps incompetence was the reason, or panic. You always suspect the worst of people.
It is a matter of no small regret, Watson, that many of my low, mean-spirited suspicions turn out to be well-founded. A highly unusual, if not unique design. Comments, Doctor?
I will defer to your judgment, Holmes. I can't recall seeing anything like it in your monograph on tattoos and scarification.
I have some thoughts, but they can wait.
You cannot amuse yourself at my patient's expense, Mr. Holmes. Your brief from Lestrade does not cover every corpse in London. This is not a carnival show, Mr. Holmes. Leave off or I'll send you back to Matron.
I'll sign for the hat, Doctor. I'd like to take it with me. Have you ever seen a tattoo like this one, Doctor?
Never. Not the usual subject matter. Anchors, lions, dragons and such.
Indeed. A delicate Tudor rose, the emblem of England. The unique design, colours and placement, overall quite remarkable. He wears the rose of youth upon him, the bard says.
I've always been partial to Antony and Cleopatra.
Dr. McCabe, please inform me if your examinations divulge anything of further interest.
I will indeed, Mr. Holmes, and vice versa, please.
You may depend upon it. Now, what do you make of the hat?
An extravagance, given his other clothing. Perhaps it reflects his ambition.
Interesting speculation, Doctor, but wrong. The hat does not belong to the victim. I believe it belongs to the man who killed him.
You will clarify that convoluted hypothesis at some later time, I hope.
Tell me about the corpse you pulled from the river, won't you?
I told the old Bill what I knowed. I was sculling near the Whitehall steps when I heard pistol shots. A little later, I comes across a fresh stiff floating face down. I put one and one together, hauled him up from the Needle and waited for a copper.
These steps are a good bit west of the Needle, and the tide was running out to sea. You were lucky to catch up with the body.
If you've seen the body, you got an odd notion of luck. The police were satisfied.
Have you done army service, Needham?
I wouldn't say no to the Queen's shilling, but I never fancied work on land.
The Navy, then? You were a sailor?
Never. Bunch of ponces in uniform couldn't navigate a drainage ditch. Seen 'em struggle in the Deptford Reach, just running with the tide.
Forget the fable you told the police. I think you witnessed a crime on the embankment.
I saw naught.
Nonsense. You were close by. With no experience of small arms, you identified pistol shots. Whitehall is too distant to hear distinctly, even over water, and from there you'd never catch up to a body moving on the tide.
That's just talk. Like they say, talk is cheap.
It depends on the subject and the speaker. The police might find my argument pure gold.
Tin more like, or I don't know, P.C. Roach and Inspector Lestrade.
You have a point. Strangely, the corpse you found had no personal effects. Perhaps some of them found their way here.
You'll never know. Got no rights to snoop. Man's home's his castle.
If you'd prefer, I can bring back a warrant and a load of policemen.
No need for that. I'm guilty of nothing. I didn't shoot the bloke. I kept him from going to sea.
And took a souvenir from the body, Mr. Needham? A remembrance of your good deed?
Go ahead. See what you can find. Nothing worth sixpence, or I'm related to the Queen. Would you mess about with the quality's possessions? Poor man's got no rights.
I'm agog at the items you rescued from the river. True objet trouvé. Have you noticed, Doctor, that the East End reduces life to basics?
If you mean it appears a mere struggle for survival, Holmes, I do.
Hobbes was right, I fear. Existence on these terms is solitary, nasty, brutish, and short. What do you make of the environs, Watson?
Very little, Holmes. Being here is singularly depressing.
Quite. Not 3 miles from the Houses of Parliament, the storied amenities of the Empire appear a very different thing. I would have expected a hidey-hole somewhere, but I don't spy one.
A place to conceal small objects, as might come from corpses?
Got it in one.
The room is so vulnerable and insecure. He may fear leaving anything valuable behind, even hidden away.
Would you mess about with the quality's possessions? Poor man's got no rights.
I'm agog at the items you rescued from the river. True objet trouvé. What were you doing on the river, Mr. Needham?
Trying to earn me brass. Man's got to work day and night just to live in these hard times.
When did you lose your family, Needham?
My missus and daughter died by cholera. I've been alone these 20 years.
I'm sorry. A solitary life is hard. What's the source of these water droplets? The visible objects are dry.
I live by water. Cut me in the River Thames would drain out.
Very poetic and partially true. It is river water, no question, but not from your veins. Tell me why you took the corpse's shoes. They're obviously too small for you.
Things from the river are like gifts, and a poor man can't afford an exact fit. As he'd lost the need for 'em, I'd figured to lighten his load as he passed over.
Very kind of you, I'm sure. I wonder if they exhaust the items you relieved him of.
It's soaked through, Holmes. No good for use or ornament, and it will drench your pockets.
I suppose I can live without it. That tie belongs to the victim. What else of his personal property did you steal? A wallet, perhaps?
What's he care about a useless garment or anything from this world? He's left it. You can't steal from a dead man. No use for money. Can't spend it. Wouldn't miss it.
Were you a barrister in a previous life, or a philosopher? Maybe you learned that litany from Gaffer Hexam. Don't split hairs with me. Produce what you lifted, or face incarceration.
Search the place, toss it, do your worst, you'll find naught else.
You are a thief, Needham. British justice takes a dim view of robbing the dead.
Get stuffed! I found them items.
If you compel me, I'll have you stripped and searched.
Easy now, there was little enough. A watch and chain, half a crown and 3 pennies.
Unless you'd prefer a cell at Pentonville, it had better be. What you took is of less interest to me than what you know. I mean you no harm, but I intend to know all that you know about this crime.
How do I know you're playing straight with me?
You have my word.
A sign of good faith would be more convincing.
Keep the things you found, Needham. I can't approve your action, but I won't condemn it either.
That's friendly, I think. Ta.
I'd like you to return with us to the embankment. Will you do that?
I've given up everything I have.
I think not. I want to hear exactly what you witnessed, at the Needle, in situ.
Maybe I'll do better with the coppers.
You may think so. I couldn't comment. I promise to be fair.
If there's no other way, I'll go. You're a gentleman until you prove yourself otherwise. We can take my worry.